Good evening, this is a short screencast to demonstrate how to set up subcategory icons uncomplicated. Here I have a vanilla Shopify store. This will look very familiar to previous screencasts if you've seen the ones for breadcrumbs uncomplicated or the categories bundle uncomplicated. So what we have here is a store. It has no products in, nothing at all. I've installed the app. So if I flick across to the app, you'll see here this is what subcategory icons uncomplicated looks like when you've got a fresh install. This is for a site that's not password protected, but if it were, you'd see a password box here. It's pulled the menus. These are the default menus as set up by Shopify, and here on the left hand side it's indicating that we haven't currently deployed it in our theme. The first step then is to build our category list, and to do that we're going to go into the navigation, the Shopify navigation. So I'm going to pop over to Shopify navigation, lives under online store navigation. Here we go, and in here I'm going to create a menu. I'm going to call it categories, and I'm going to create some very simple top level categories. So I'll have a technology and photography, film and TV, and home audio. Now at the moment for each one of those categories I'm just leaving it linked to the home page. What I'm going to need to do next is set up a collection and then link every one of these menu items to its own collection. To do that, products, collections, add collection, collection name, and so I'm just going to go through here. I'm going to leave it manually selecting products. I'm going to accept the default URL that's allocated to each one of these, and I'm going to click save. Then create another collection, photography, again leave that with the default. So now I've got a set of collections. I can go back into the Shopify navigation, and in navigation I can edit these links so they point at the collection that I've just created. So photography points at photography, technology points at technology, film and TV points at film and TV, and home audio points at home audio. Great, so I'm going to save that and then go straight back into the app. All we've done so far is create an extra menu. We've called it categories. If I go back into the app and refresh, then you'll see here there's going to be a third menu in our list as well as footer and main menu. Third menu is called categories. I'm going to select that top level as categories, and what I've done is set up a category list. Now at the moment my category list is flat, and that's not going to be particularly interesting. What I want to start doing is adding nested subcategories, and to do that I'd simply repeat the process that I've just been through. So back into online store navigation, I'm going to create a menu with a title that belongs to this menu item. So it's got to be spelt exactly the same. It's got to make sure, I'm going to make sure there's no spaces before and after it. It's got to be capitalized exactly the same. I'm going to create a menu called technology. I'm going to create 3 items under here: computers, mobile phones, and peripherals. Save that, and again I'm going to go through exactly the same process to create the collections. You'll notice that in my collections I'm making them the products manually assigned, and what I'm not doing at the moment is putting products into collections. I've covered that in another screencast if you want to see how to do it. There's also a heap of support from Shopify about how to upload products and how to add them to collections. For now I'm going to keep it contained and linked to the collections that we've created so far and leave them in their vanilla state. I am going to tweak the SEO on these because all of them live within the technology section. I want that to be nicely optimized, so we'll do technology-computers. Save. Create another collection. Mobile phones. I'll tweak the SEO on this as well. Technology. Mobile phones. Save that collection as well. Create another collection for peripherals. Manual. And again, edit the SEO. Technology peripherals. Great. So those are my 3 collections. Now I'm going to go back into my navigation. And exactly as I did before, I'm simply going to edit the menu to link each of these menu items with the collection I've just created. So computers to computers, mobile phones to mobile phones, and peripherals to peripherals. I save that, I go back to the app, and refresh. And what we're going to see now is that instead of being a flat menu with just 4 elements at the top, it's now got 4 elements at the top, but technology has 3 nested subcategories. And you can repeat this over and over again, building up nested subcategories all the way through. Now for uncomplicated, for subcategory icons uncomplicated, what we want to do is set up icons. So when I'm in the technology section at the moment, what I'm going to see is no real indication that I'm in technology. It doesn't help that I haven't added any products, because of course this would actually be slightly clearer had I added the products. You'll also notice that the breadcrumb is just a basic breadcrumb. This is absolutely a vanilla site. Uncomplicated offer a whole suite of other category tools, so if you'd like a category menu or a category breadcrumb or a category list in your sidebar, we have tools for all of that. But this particular demonstration is about subcategory icons. So what I'm going to do is go into each one of these subcategories, computers, mobile phones, peripherals, and I'm going to attach to that category an image. And this is done in Shopify. So I go into products, collections, computers, and over here it says collection image. Now I have prepared a set of images, so I'm going to select an image from my folder, category images, computers, that's a computer, and I'm just going to save it. Now I could write a description in here. This is where I put my description. That's a basic Shopify feature. It allows you to build up a sort of richer header at the top of each one of your collections. And now when I go into the computers collection, I can see that there's my description. Now this particular theme doesn't show the image that's attached to that collection, and that's fine. Your theme may or may not, and that's entirely up to you. What I'm more interested in is actually how the category above the computers will look. So if I go back into the technology category, at the moment we've just got the products and the word technology. What I like to do is use subcategory icons uncomplicated to put into this technology category all the icons for each of the subcategories. And to do that, I need to do the embed. So if I go back to the app, here are the instructions about adding the embed. Opening up my current theme, finding the place where I want to put the embed, and then pasting in the single line of code. So I'm going to copy that line of code. I'm going to go into my current theme. I'm going to edit the HTML and CSS. I'm going to open up collection.liquid, which is the page that in the theme I'm using here, the default Shopify theme. This is where the collection pages are rendered from. I'm going to find the place in here where the products are, and just above the products I'm going to insert the embed that I cut and pasted earlier on, so the category icons embed. I'm then going to save that, and if we go back now to have a look at a collection page, I'll actually go back into the app and go straight to a collection page. What we're going to see is that now on my technology page, it's showing me this thing saying I'm in a preview, but now we can see that there are 3 buttons in here. These buttons sit above the products that are down here, and there's one for each of the subcategories. So we've now got an icon for computers, for mobile phones, and for peripherals, which of course are the 3 subcategories that sit in technology. Now you'll notice that it hasn't picked out the image yet, and that's because since uploading that image I haven't refreshed. So I click refresh, go back into technology, refresh this page, and now we can see that actually, so minimize that again, we can see that now we've got a nice icon that's appeared for the computers collection. What I'm going to do next is repeat that process very simply for mobile phones and for peripherals. Products, collections, mobile phones, upload image, mobile phones, save, back to collections, peripherals, upload image, so my collection page, I've got 3 collections that have it. I'm going to go back into the app, click refresh. Also, the app's detected that we've deployed it on the collections pages. It's worked out that that's there. We've uploaded images, we've refreshed. So now back into the technology page, click refresh. And instead of just 1 image, I now have 3, 1 for each one. You'll notice here that actually it's showing a product count. There are instructions on the app's page for removing that if you'd like. And there's another screencast that covers it for more broadly for all of the Categories Uncomplicated suite. But if I click on each one of these icons, it takes me directly through to the collection that I'm clicking on there. So that's hopefully gives you a very broad overview of subcategory icons uncomplicated. This is the simplest possible use of this. If you'd like to have a look at our demo site, or you'd like to have a look at the categories uncomplicated screencast, you'll see the instructions in there that link it together with all the other products and actually put together a much fuller shop. But I hope this gives you an insight into what's involved in creating it from scratch. And if you have any questions, please feel free to click Get Support on the app page. I wish you the best of luck with your store.